With this one, we're going to get to know Mary Church Terrell, and I can only give you about this much of it, so if you're interested in more of her story, go ahead and look her up. Mary Church Terrell was born Mary Eliza Church on September 23rd of 1863, and she was a key pioneer in intersectional movements for civil rights and for suffrage. Mary's parents, Robert Reed Church and Louisa Ayers, were both former enslaved people who used their freedom to become small business owners and to make themselves vital members of Memphis's growing Black population. From a young age, both her and her brother were taught the value of a good education. The ever-ambitious Mary went on to attend Oberlin College in Ohio, which, by the way, was one of the few integrated colleges in the country, and in 1884, she became one of the first Black women to earn a college degree. 4 years later, she earned her master's degree in education. After teaching for a couple years in Ohio, she accepted a position in the Latin department of the M Street School in Washington, D.C., and she also rekindled a friendship with a man by the name of Robert Terrell, who she married in 1891. While there, she was surrounded by wealth and the mirage of possibility. You see, she was so smart. She was multilingual, well-read, and educated, yet she was also a Black woman in the United States that was ruled by Jim Crow. When a family friend named Thomas Moss, who was a businessman, was lynched by white businessmen for competing with their businesses, she entered activism fiercely. Her theory of activism was based on the idea to uplift, that discrimination could be tackled with social advancement and with education, and with the advancement of one person, it could advance an entire community. When she was excluded from fully participating with other women for activities due to her race, Mary threw her efforts into building Black women's organizations that would work to end both gender and racial discrimination. She helped engineer the merger of Black women's clubs to form the National Association of Colored Women in 1896, and she was the first president serving in the capacity until 1901, when she was appointed honorary president for life. Gaining recognition, she became friends with W.E.B. Du Bois, who invited her to be one of the charter members when the NAACP was founded. She was one of the early leaders of Delta Sigma Theta, the prestigious sorority dedicated to public service that was founded in 1913, and she was one of the few Black women in the National American Women's Suffrage Association when she joined after meeting Susan B. Anthony. And that was just a small portion of what she did. She also served on the Washington, D.C. School Board twice and was the first Black woman to do so. She authored 2 books, one of them being this one, A Colored Woman in a White World. Mary Church Terrell lived her life in service of others until she passed away on July 24th of 1954, and just a couple months after her death, the Supreme Court ruled on the Brown versus Board of Education. Now let me tell you, that's fitting.